Hello, good people of the internet. Today we are back playing Elemental Survivors. Again, key has been kindly provided. If you missed the first video where I kind of do my first run, then do check that out. We played as Harista the Valkyrie. She's really cool, apparently. This time we're going to go with, well, we could buy them. We don't have enough coins to buy them. That's fine. I thought we unlocked them. It said we unlocked them, but I suppose we have to unlock and then buy them. And yes, it says keep an eye on your dominant stat when picking attacks. Strong dex, but weak magic means avoid magic attacks. So we kind of worked that out last time without seeing that. Because we had strong strength and dex, but not so great magic. So we chose the strength and dexterity attacks. This time we are going to go for Hero the Hero. And we can go to a different area, although we did kind of fail the first area. Different areas. I say fail. We didn't defeat that guardian, and there are some unlocks here. Well, there's the bear. Well, apparently we're going to this first level again. I mean, the first area. Different hero though, who is doing 15 damage. Anyway, it's your typical survivors-like game. You kill things coming towards you, you get experience, you level up. We can choose Magic Missile Swarm. Fires multiple missiles towards a random enemy. Sure, let's go with that. I mean, the missile seems to make contact, and then it explodes, and then it does damage. Seems to be a bit of a delayed kill on that, but anyway. Game is in early access, if I haven't mentioned, it's not even out yet. So there will obviously be things which will be improved as time goes on. We can also take the Magic Lance. Oh yes, because we upgraded, and now we have 3 attacks. So already we have more attacks than last time. And we can increase fire damage and luck, or Magic Missile Swarm can have 3 extra missiles. Let's go with that. I mean, it had more missiles, but it's only registering like 1 set of damage, depending on how many people it hits. Do I have to like move this weapon? The magic spear, do I just walk into people? Pop, 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 pop. Anyway, there's a quest marker over here, which will probably be the shop, because that's what it was last time. Which one? I want more attacks, so like faster speed at the moment is what I'm looking for. So that's probably, well, extra fireballs. So yeah, there was a red exclamation mark. We're going to avoid the potion. I'm not quite sure why there's a potion in the middle of nowhere. Maybe there's only one, because we only saw one last time. So maybe I'll just leave it on the ground. Maybe it's in the same place every time. But there's this equipment shop. So we can choose increase defense against bosses, increase damage of SPI-based attacks, or increase defense against strength-based attacks. So do you want defense against bosses or defense against strength? Presumably all this, well, I don't know what their attack's going to be. Well, let's just go with, I mean, reroll. Yeah. Increased dex stat, increased vitality stat. I mean, we want magic stat. Increase XP value. Go on, let's have that then. And, oh, we can improve that armor again. So yeah, whilst we're leveling up, let's make the XP better, shall we? So then we'll level up quicker. But maybe a bit risky. But I think we have enough weapons to deal with it at the moment, he says, almost dying. So yeah, I also, in the first game I was saying, didn't have enough things to upgrade, but this time we should have an extra helper person, character, don't know what to call them, and an extra piece of equipment, and an extra attack. So there should be more and more things to upgrade. We're going to, again, keep going for all the XP things, and maybe then I should actually go and collect the XP. Although, I am running away from things, which is why I'm not at the moment. But if I do... Okay. So I can increase my luck, which works with something. My attack, sure. My attack that it gives us. An extra fireball, or 2 extra missiles. Let's go with the extra fireball. I mean, they do fire off in random directions, which maybe isn't the most helpful, but anyway, it's a random attack. There are enemies in all directions, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, we're maybe going to avoid the XP at the moment because we need to do more damage, so let's go with an extra fireball again. And the spear appears to go away when it's done a certain amount of damage. There is gold down there that I should pick up. I also don't know how long the experience lasts in this game. 2 magic missiles, please. Yeah, let's just walk through the enemies to get the gold. And the experience, sure. Okay, so we have the first boss. If you haven't noticed it already, there's a timeline on the right over here, which these are the minute markers. Well, that's when things are going to start appearing. The magic lance to have more pierce. Sure, let's see if that works well. And go for it again. Quicker cooldown time, plus 4 pierce, plus a wild effect. What is the wild effect? That seems to do good damage. And this time, so I think we got lucky last time because we had a 3 and a 5. This time we only get a 1, which is to upgrade the magic lance, which, you know, I'm still okay with only getting 1 upgrade. We can, now that we're clearing enemies with our magic lance a lot better, get more value out of the experience. I do not know... Oh yes, and I mentioned it in the first video, there is music. As you can see on the right, it should be playing something. I've turned it off, because I always turn off music. For streaming purposes anyway. I mean, I could turn it on to show people what it sounds like, but... Anyway. We'll just move on. What do we want to have? I mean, the lance is good. Let's go with the magic missiles. See if they can be better. I'm not impressed with them at the moment. I mean, there are lots of them. But are they all doing damage? I don't know. Haven't really increased my heroes. Let's do that. Or is... So the lance had wild, is that like an extra status? Because it's doing like small purple damage as well. You know, it's got like big numbers and it has small purple numbers behind it. Not quite sure. So yes, now we can get better magic, which is the stat that I was hoping to improve. So that should improve all of our attacks. And then we shall... Let's go with XP. There is lots of XP on the ground. Some of it from earlier, so yeah, maybe it does last forever. Or maybe there is a limit. Don't know. I'd also like to have a character. A friend. And maybe I hadn't seen this, but I have seen it now. I don't know if you need to do this and if it'll do multiple damage if you just swing it back and forth. Seems to work. I mean, I don't know if you need to, or if it's just because it's still clashing with their hitbox. Anyway, we're gonna work our way down here. Oh, we've leveled up before we've got the chest again. Let's get XP, and then we'll get the chest. And again, only one upgrade, but I must have got really lucky last time. So, we come this way. Again, I don't know how long it was doing this. Maybe because I was too focused on the middle of the screen instead of the side of the screen. Maybe I was just walking the wrong way, going up in this direction, so not focusing on this direction. But this red arrow exclamation mark will take us to the ability to hire someone. A little village. Let's improve your magic. Sure, why not? So we have a choice. We can have Ramal the Ranger. Increases walking speed, increases dex. Has Pierce, which is maybe why it's saying it works with this. Increases strength. But I feel like I should go with the one that increases magic. Increases holy ring damage. I don't know what that is, but someone who increases magic is what I want. So you're up. And if you're rubbish, then, well, you know, I've made that choice now. Anyway, so let's go back to where we came from. Yeah, just walk through people. Holy ring damage. Oh, and there is that reroll is back, so maybe you can do it more. Let's just keep going with magic for now. Because the reason why, I think I left lots of XP down on the way. Maybe. In fact, there's a trail. Follow the trail. The trail of experience. Isn't that just life? Is life just the trail of experience? Dunno. Let's not get too philosophical. And whilst we're not getting philosophical, let's just go with magic missiles. Okay. We have the equipment shop back open. I don't know if the level is infinite, but presumably not if we have walked from one end to the other. Let us get more fireballs. Yeah, there's lots of XP here. We'll grab this. Especially because our first equipment was increase the XP, so we might as well actually get the XP. And more missiles, please. I like missiles. I guess last time I had the bear who increased the pickup range. Cooldown time is what I want, because that lance could do with being a slightly bit quicker. Okay, so we can have decreased cooldown for magic-based attacks, which would be excellent, unless they end up having no cooldown. Cooldown for strength-based attacks is not useful. And increased knockback chance. Well, let's go with cooldown. Because the slash that I had on the first character did have an attack which just fired all the time. So it didn't require... didn't really have a cooldown at all. But I like the ability to have an equipment which changes the cooldown as well. That's a nice thing. We're going to improve the lance, maybe? No. Make things quicker. And then when we get to fully maxing them out and they have no cooldown, then we'll just realise how much of a waste it was. Maybe we should try and max out something. Because it will probably just say, the lance is always on. So let's improve the magic missiles. And we did also fully level up our XP armor. The lance, please. And this time I'll try and pay attention when it says... I've just seen it. I don't know again if it was there before or not. Yes, magic lance. We reduced the cooldown time. That bar is no longer moving. So I don't know if our combined efforts of reducing it with the wand and its own ability has meant that it doesn't have a cooldown anymore. Because it is just stuck there and it is stuck on. Which is good, presumably. Oh no, it does come out. Maybe it's just a visual bug. We're going to keep upgrading it to see if we can break it even further. Again, early access. Improvements sure to be on their way. And yes, red exclamation mark means another person. Increases spirit. Well, we haven't really needed that. We are a magic luck kind of person, apparently. Chance for bleed status. Larger pickup radius increases strength. Increases walking speed. Let's go with you. And the pierce. Magic lance. It says minus cooldown time. So it seems like it wasn't ever going to be always on unless you have done what I've done, which is get multiple types of pickups for it. It wasn't always on there. Maybe it's not always on. Or it's on until you do a certain amount of damage with it. Don't know. Let's go with the magic missiles. So when you do a certain amount of damage or pierce, then it needs to have the cooldown. And that's when it comes back. So maybe it's just stuck near the end because it was on. Which is the same as it being down here. And when it's on and then when it's finished, because you've, gone through all the damage it can do, then it starts the cooldown timer. Unless it's got to the point where it's already finished. I don't know. Anyway, let's increase pierce because that will maybe help with this thing. I didn't check what level I got to last time. It was definitely above this, but... so I can't compare how much the, it's changing between levels. Boss has been spawned. We can... Let's get level 10 of the magic missiles. So how quickly are those firing? Pretty much constantly. Or... maybe not constantly, but they do that animation. So we got these two toad bossy things. And this time, I guess we're getting a bigger upgrade because it's taking longer to zoom in on the chest. Yes, we got 5. So the wand increases, the ranger, the wand, fireball, all increased. And whilst it was paused there, did it send off a whole load of other things? Or is a magnet or something in progress? I don't know. Let's go for extra fireballs. Yeah, a magnet's in progress, that's why. So we'll keep leveling up the fireballs. Sure. And this again, it's not it's reduces the cooldown. And this time, again, I don't know what Holy Ring damage is, but let's go with Pierce. And more Pierce. And again, we're zooming in. Oh, this is a luck thing, is it? Maybe. Anyways, we level up our Paladin 4 times, our Ranger once. Where are those characters? Down here. So I only have one more level up, and you can see the Ranger, how quickly I'm moving now. I could do with some health. Where was that potion? You know, that one potion that was around before. Okay, so what do we want? Do we want cash to get upgrades? HP? Let's go with cash. Again, I don't know if I'm auto leveling up. When I level up, I get more HP. Also, if this HP is current HP or if it's max HP. Those are things I don't know. But we're going for money because if we can't do it with half health, we can't do it with full health. That's the way I see it. The way the last level ended, I say last level, it's this level because I clicked the same one. With the number of enemies spawning and with just massively higher HP than the rest of the level up till the 19th minute. And the number of bosses and the fact that it's kept spawning new enemies. Yeah, if I can't beat it with half health, then I can't beat it with full health. Anyway, our HP has gone up a little bit. So, yeah, every level up, maybe it's gone up a little bit. Because there it just went from 137 to 141. Fireball is doing lots and lots of damage. That's probably good for bosses and the enemies at the end. But it is still relatively... well, it's quicker than it was at the beginning, definitely. But it's not like constant firing. Again, I don't think the enemies should be able to spawn and walk over mountains if I'm not allowed to. Anyway, we're at 12 minutes and 40 seconds, so we have... and we fully leveled up everything in like a minute ago. You probably saw it at the time when it was, but I haven't. So, again, we... maybe because of the XP equipment that we took, but... the fun part of these games is normally the, hey, I'm getting more powerful, stronger. And I kind of get why you'd stick it behind an improvement thing. So the number of attacks, the number of equipment, the number of friends, I can't remember the word it uses. They're all relatively small, but you get permanent upgrades, which you use to increase those. But it just means that for half this level, because it's a 20-minute level, I'm not improving. So there either needs to be more things that I can get outside of those general upgrades, or it just needs to give me a generic boost, like to say you could every 5 levels increase a stat or something, because presumably every 1 level would be way too powerful. You know, if you increased a stat every 5 levels, it would give you something to aim for. Whereas now it's just like, well, do I even need to level up? I'm sure it's given me gold. But I've just got 6 minutes of the same ability, so if it starts getting challenging, then I've got no way. Like, and it's not my fault. It's just I didn't get there in terms of progression. So yeah, it would be nice if there was a way to actually guarantee the ability to complete the level, because last time it felt like it wasn't possible without getting upgrades, or without getting upgrades, but then, you know, I didn't have the chance, even though I got that far. It was my inability to get upgrades. Anyway. So yeah, or the level could be shorter. Just for the first level, you know. There are some games where the levels do have variable lengths or things like that. So maybe early on, then you know, the first one's only like 5 minutes instead of it being a 20-minute level. On the expectation that you don't have all the upgrades. You can still have levels which are 5 minutes long and impossible to beat. I don't mean impossible to beat, like, but like from the very starting build that you have, like you would need permanent upgrades. I'm fine with that, not being able to win a level because you haven't upgraded outside of the level, but like within the level, if I'm stuck not being able to upgrade. Anyway, I'm only mentioning it because there's another 4 minutes and it's fairly standard in terms of me walking around aiming at the enemies appearing. I also don't know, like, some of these guys are running away if they're running to an old position or if they just got scared of me. Like these guys, I was down there a second ago. Or they're burned from before. Who knows, right? Maybe the devs. Maybe it's something they're aware of. Maybe it's not. It's that classic question. Is it a feature or is it a bug? So we're coming towards the end of this level. I mean, still about 3 minutes left. We're hoping, I mean, we're doing much better than last time, I think, in terms of our strength and ability, which you would expect, because we have an extra character, we have an extra attack, we have an extra equipment, although that equipment was just level up faster, so we should be just coming out with lots more gold. Which I think we are. Every time we are killing a boss, we're getting like 500 gold. I think it was from this point on, so the 18-minute marker, because I recall this boss spawning, and he will fire things at me, and I didn't end up killing him because I was A, much slower, but B, focused on all the other enemies. So you can see he has like fireballs or something. Anyway, managed to kill him. It's these enemies, these blobs, somehow have just so much HP. So what are we at? 18.5 minutes. For some reason, the enemy quality just goes sky high. Now my fireball appears to be able to cope with them a lot better than the slashes that I had before. But, you know, every 10 seconds you're surrounded by these things and... well, this weapon's able to deal with it. So we should be fine, I think, because last time we were just getting surrounded by those things, unable to kill them because they had way more HP than we were facing before. And therefore we had to spend a lot of time dodging those rather than trying to kill the bosses. But this, and we ended up with like 3 bosses on the screen at once. This time, it seems to be going a lot better. Maybe that's just what I've been able to do with this build, focusing purely on like the magic things. I mean, I am taking some damage and I haven't healed myself. But a magnet is giving us so much gold. That's great. And these snakes as well, bigger and have way more health. And yes, we're now at 20 minutes. Here is the main boss. if I just, you know, try and kill the other enemies, that is a bad decision because look, more appear. So you kind of need to kill the boss whilst loads more enemies are appearing. I suppose we're at the end of the timer and it shouldn't be easy, but I kind of thought 20 minutes means nothing else would appear. Anyway, we have the ability to do more damage, and when we finally get round to him, then too many other enemies appear. But we have high speed, so maybe we can just skirt around them. Or not. They are proving difficult. Like, I can't get close to the main boss just because there's so many other enemies. This is... like, is it getting harder? Are more enemies appearing sooner? What's this? A magnet? Sure. And potion. Where are these come from? I can even have another magnet. That was the potion from the beginning of the level, was it? Like, I can survive. Okay, potion very helpful. But it's just so many enemies with lots of health keep appearing and distracting me from the boss. And the boss is now down here, so we'll focus on him. Maybe because he's a boss who likes to do range damage, he doesn't want to be near me. He or she. Or they. Or whatever. There was a potion over here. So yeah, this is, even though it was a 20-minute level, what are we on, 22.5 minutes? We've definitely done a good amount of damage to the boss. We would have killed it by now if there weren't all these other enemies that keep appearing, but it seems a bit relentless when all I want to do is get close to the boss and kill it. Right, level up, but the boss has very little health, and then he dies. A few achievements there. So we got some for recruiting the 2 people, getting them to max level, and all the weapons that we got to the max level. Because you can see we got everything to the max level after what, like 12 minutes, 11 minutes, something like that. It does helpfully show you the number of kills and all that stuff. Does it tell you what was the best weapon was the magic fireball in the end? Lots of overkill, apparently. So is this damage to enemies, and that's overkill damage to enemies? I guess. Anyway, so we unlock these people. They are members of the team. The evolved weapons are also available. However, the people don't appear in that. I have to buy them, do I? With 50 coins? Buy. Okay. This is a bit weird that I unlock them, but only unlock them to buy. But that's fine. In terms of upgrades, I personally... Oh. Having spent that 150 coins... Oh no, you can go up. Can I... So I can't can I refund these characters? No. Slightly annoying, because I would much prefer to have 5k rather than 3 characters. That's fine. Oh yeah, and to upgrade that. Or I can downgrade. So we can have an extra party member. Sure. Anyway, here are your permanent upgrades. I would want to upgrade these things first if it was me. And that is Elemental Survivors. I'll probably do another one. So look out for that on the channel. Leave a like if you enjoy the video. If you want to see more like this, then subscribe. There's more games like this on the channel. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.